How you think the one coming up with
I
Tank
hope he
and
don't
Roach?
fight Lamont, actually. Like, I hope he don't get in the ring with him again.
Whoever the champion is, whoever the champions are, hopefully I can just line them up and then take them out. It's a good fight. So the champions are Lomachenko.
Just shocking. Lamont Roach Jr. versus Shakur Stevenson face-to-face, and the boxing world cannot believe what was just said. That is right, the lightweight division just got turned upside down after Lamont Roach Jr. made a bold declaration about his future.
After this fight, like, Tank over, win, lose, draw, whatever. Who you want next?
Look, if y'all don't know, even after I beat Tank, I'm gonna go back down to 130 and handle some smoke that I got down there at 130. All the champions, I got smoke with all the champions. I wanted to unify at least one belt at 130.
Okay. I feel like you and Shakur are really. I think people in the comments are actually wanting that fight, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that'd be a good fight.
Yeah, it'd be a great fight.
Yeah, they could fight. Shakur and Boogie for sure.
And Shakur Stevenson wasted no time responding. Suddenly, one of the most talked about potential fights in boxing is heating up faster than anyone expected. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe because this is going to be a good one. And I once again have to ask seriously, as fans and insiders are buzzing, has Lamont Roach really walked away from the highly anticipated Tank Davis rematch? And if so, what does this mean for Stevenson, who already has the eyes of the world on him?
At the end of the day, if he lose, it's just gonna look bad on the fight with me. So it's gonna look like somebody else already did it.
You want Tank to knock you out, yo?
I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I heard him say, like, yo, I want to fight Tank, and that's nice, but why do you want Tank to knock you out so bad? Like,
Look, that sound good. That sound real good, but she's too little.
Too little.
This isn't just another call-out. This is the kind of face-to-face energy that shifts entire divisions and forces boxing's biggest names to make a move. For those who don't know, Lamont Roach Jr. isn't just another name thrown into the mix. He's the WBA super featherweight world champion who's now stepped up into lightweight contention with 25 wins, only a single loss, 2 draws and 10 knockouts. Roach has carved out a reputation as one of the most disciplined and resilient fighters in the sport today. His credibility skyrocketed after his showdown with Gervonta Tank Davis on March 1st. The fight ended in a controversial draw, but many fans and even some analysts felt Roach did enough to deserve the victory. That performance put him in a whole new spotlight, and now Roach has made it clear the ship has sailed on Tank Davis. He's no longer waiting around for a rematch that may never come. Instead, he's looking directly at Shakur Stevenson, and he believes that fight is the biggest one to make at 135 pounds.
Well, first off, the rematch, yes, it don't look like it's happening. That's just to, put it out there and be transparent with everyone, because that's the only question I get 10 times a day, maybe even more. So, that's what it is, and that's what it's looking like. Again, we still haven't heard from his camp, like, specifically when it comes to the business.
On the other side of this brewing rivalry is Shakur Stevenson, a name that carries serious weight in the boxing world. An Olympic silver medalist, undefeated with a record of 24 wins and 0 losses. Stevenson is already a 3-division world champion. He's the former unified super featherweight king and currently holds the WBC lightweight crown. What sets Stevenson apart isn't just his perfect record, it's the way he wins, his technical mastery, airtight defense, and ability to completely neutralize opponents has earned him a reputation as one of the slickest fighters of this generation. Fighters often avoid him because they know stepping in the ring with Shakur can make even world-class talent look ordinary. When Roach's name came up, Stevenson didn't dismiss it. In fact, he confirmed that the two have already spoken directly. His response, "Let's make it happen," that alone sent shock waves through the boxing community, because if Shakur Stevenson is open to it, then it's a fight that could truly materialize. The real buzz started when Roach confidently stated that a matchup with Stevenson is the biggest fight in the lightweight division, and to his credit, he's not wrong. It's a fight that would bring together two very different but equally dangerous styles. Stevenson agreed in principle, but he also made something else very clear. His number one focus is Teofimo Lopez, the 2-division champion, fighting at 140. That adds a whole new wrinkle, because while Roach is pushing for action before the year is over, Stevenson has already announced he won't fight again until 2026 due to hand injuries. This raises the central question: who really controls the pace of this matchup? Roach, who is hungry and demanding activity now, or Stevenson, who has the star power to dictate timing and opponents? That uncertainty is what keeps fans glued to every new headline.
I know the rematch is going to happen 9 times out of 10. I ain't gonna lie. I know it's going to happen. But after that, it's up. It's up with whoever.
And Shakur, I know you mentioned Shakur, like when we spoke, like in like October, you said you wouldn't mind fighting Shakur. Like, is he still like on the list?
For sure. He's a great champion. Why not display my skills against a great champion like I did tonight?
Of course, none of this can be discussed without mentioning Gervonta Tank Davis. Roach's March 1st clash with Tank was one of the most debated outcomes of the year. The official result was a draw, but many fans still insist that Roach outworked and outboxed Davis. Roach has now declared that the rematch is off the table. He's moving on, but ironically beating Shakur Stevenson could bring the conversation right back to Tank, because if Shakur were to dominate Roach, it would raise immediate comparisons. How did Tank struggle while Stevenson cruised? On the other hand, if Roach were to beat Stevenson, the pressure on Tank Davis to finally face him again would be enormous. Even analysts are pointing this out. Some argue that Stevenson fighting Roach would do more for his career than a win over Teo Lopez, simply because of how it ties back to Tank Davis. Fans want a barometer, a measuring stick, and Roach provides exactly that. And then there are the quotes that fuel the fire. Tank can't even catch a Roach, a biting line that went viral among fans, amplifying the perception that Davis may be vulnerable to the very fighter he left unresolved business with.
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that, and he called cap on it. So if you gonna call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it. I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left.
No modern boxing storyline is complete without a swirl of rumors and distractions, and right now they're coming from every angle. First, there's Gervonta Tank Davis and his continuing legal troubles. In July, he was arrested in Miami after an alleged domestic incident involving his ex. Police reports suggested a heated confrontation turned physical, but when the case went to court, it crumbled. His ex refused to cooperate, telling prosecutors she wasn't pressured or bribed, she simply didn't want to move forward. With no testimony and no evidence, the case was dismissed. For Tank, it was another chaotic episode in a career that's been as much about headlines outside the ring as inside it, and for Lamont Roach, it only strengthens the perception that Davis is distracted while he himself is laser focused. Then there's Shakur Stevenson, who isn't escaping the rumor mill either. WBC champion O'Shaquie Foster dropped a bombshell when he claimed that in a past sparring session he ran Shakur out of the gym.
Why you think he moved to Houston? He wasn't staying in Houston. They was doing their camp somewhere else. That summer he was fighting, what's the guy in the bubble he fought? He stopped him with the body shot. He came to see me before that. Literally, bro, we were sparring every day. I was going to the clubs. I was out there all night. Fast forward, bro, that heat got on his ass. So you know how it's hot down here. That humidity get hot. Belt to ass. He got ran out the gym, and this was a Friday.
Ran out the gym is crazy, Shaq. I ain't gonna lie.
He ran out the ring. He didn't want no more. I was putting it on him that day. He do like smoke. I can say that. The next day, they were supposed to fly out. He called me. Can we get another?
According to Foster, the humidity, the heat, and the pressure had Stevenson leaving the ring early, unwilling to continue. It's the kind of story fans eat up, whether it's true or exaggerated. It adds a layer of doubt around an otherwise untouchable fighter. After all, nobody likes to imagine the unbeatable technician ever being vulnerable. Put it all together and you get a landscape where the top names, Davis, Stevenson, even Roach by association, are surrounded by noise, questions, and speculation, and that kind of uncertainty is what fuels anticipation when the best finally meet. The name that keeps surfacing: Gary Russell Jr., the veteran former champion with 32 wins, 19 knockouts, and a reputation for speed and skill. Russell may be 37 now, but he's still dangerous, and the matchup has a perfect storyline. Both men are from the DMV area, and staging the fight at Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. would ignite massive local interest.
This fight over with. If I get his way up out of here, I'm on Lamont Roach next.
For Roach, it's not just about staying active, it's about building momentum. Imagine this sequence: beat Gary Russell Jr. in November, then step into the ring with Shakur Stevenson in 2026. If Roach were to pull that off, he wouldn't just be on a hot streak, he'd be positioned to put Tank Davis under enormous pressure to rematch him. As insiders keep saying, this is chess, not checkers. Roach isn't just fighting opponents, he's moving pieces across the board to corner the biggest names in the sport. On the other side, Shakur Stevenson is following his own carefully calculated plan. His plan A: to move up and face Teofimo Lopez at junior welterweight. Lopez, with a record of 22-1 and 13 knockouts, is already a two-division world champion and one of the sport's most polarizing figures. A win over Lopez would push Stevenson into a whole new stratosphere, adding another weight class to his resume and strengthening his claim as one of the pound-for-pound best, but Stevenson isn't ignoring Lamont Roach. He's already acknowledged the conversation between them and made it clear that if the Lopez fight falls through, Roach becomes his plan B. That's important because it shows Shakur isn't brushing Roach aside. He sees him as a legitimate challenge, just not his first priority. The bigger picture: Stevenson is clearly aiming at one man, Tank Davis. Whether it's through Roach, through Lopez, or through any other opponent, Stevenson knows the fight that defines his legacy is the showdown with Tank, but to get there he has to keep winning, keep his record spotless, and keep fans demanding the matchup. So here we are, Lamont Roach Jr. calling out Shakur Stevenson with confidence, Stevenson agreeing but keeping Teofimo Lopez in his sights, and Tank Davis lurking in the shadows while his name stays tied to both men. It's a tangled web of ambition, rivalry, and timing for Roach. This is about momentum for Stevenson, it's about legacy, and for Tank, it's about survival in a division that's closing in on him fast. One thing is absolutely certain: the lightweight picture has never been more unpredictable. Every move, every call-out, every headline feels like it could spark the next super fight. But I'll leave it with this question: if Lamont Roach Jr. and Shakur Stevenson do end up in the ring together, who shocks the world? Is it Shakur, the slick technician who's made a career out of making great fighters look ordinary, or is it Roach, the relentless underdog who already came closer to beating Tank Davis than anyone expected? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because no matter which side you're on, this division is about to explode. Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.